Hi, everybody. Hi, friends. This is a short John and today I'm going to tell you about a dramatic 2016 movie called Miracles from. The story begins in a family's home where their only refuge is faith. They mortgage their home to expand and open the largest animal clinic for animals in Texas where they host a picnic every month by church members. Family was very close-knit and fun until one day their lives changed completely. When one of the girls, Anya, started having an upset stomach, Christy and Kevin spent the night worrying about their daughter. Christy, like any mother, realized that something was wrong after seeing 3 different doctors. She decided to go to another city where the girl would be seen by a specialist and diagnosed that Anna suffers from reflux due to lactose intolerance, and as part of the treatment, they had to follow a strict diet. Afterward, they did everything they could to follow the diet. But even so, as time went on, over time, the discomfort got worse and the unbearable pain was so severe that one night Anna let out a piercing scream. Her parents had to take him to get him to the hospital in an emergency, where another doctor examined her and said the same diagnosis. Christy couldn't believe it, and angrily told to the doctor that maybe he was wrong, and she asked for more tests and get another doctor. She's getting more and more annoys the doctor and starts yelling, saying she won't leave the hospital until she finds out what her daughter's disease was. The doctor had no choice but to do more research. Sometime later, the director of pediatrics arrives and says that Anna has a total and complete abdominal obstruction. If this isn't resolved, she could soon lose her life right away. She's undergoing a very painful procedure to perform emergency surgery. Then the doctor explains Anne's condition, ensuring that she is suffering from a Meniere's disorder of the intestines, which is untreatable, and he prescribes strict instructions for her to normalize her condition. He says that there is a doctor who specializes in such incurable diseases and advises them to visit him at home. Family routines are changing. Everyone needs to know about Anna, who looks rather weak. Her belly grows disproportionately. Every day Christy tries to make an appointment with a specialist but doesn't get an answer because she's in high demand. As time passes, her despair grows. As she knows that Anna's days are numbered, Christy feels that faith is fading even as the church continues to pray for the girl to lift Anna's spirits. Kevin gives her a puppy named Napoleon that makes her very happy, although Christy is very upset because she's creating extra work for her. Kevin and Christy's arguing about the fact that Christy no longer wants to go to church. Anna's older sister, Anna, notices everything feels sad and anxiety, so she asks God for Anna be completely cured, but things have gotten worse. So they decide to travel with Anna to Boston without waiting to see a doctor, because you can't just sit back. As expected, the doctor can't see her without an appointment. Christy begs the receptionist to tell her how seriously her daughter is sick. The woman is touched and regrets it, but apparently there's nothing she can do. Sad and grief-stricken, Christy leaves and they go to restaurants where she meets Angela Mila, a waitress who realizes they're not from Boston and offers to take them for a walk because the girls like the idea so much they decide to stay for a few days plus. Actually, the idea of the outing was good, especially like the aquarium that she'd always wanted to see. Out of the blue, Christy gets a call from Dr. Nurka's office to schedule a session for the next day. She can't believe it. Hope and faith is reborn the next morning. The next morning, as expected, Anna was there ready to undergo a more in-depth examination. Dr. Nurka is a very special doctor with a unique charisma who has a way with little patience with his pranks and jokes. He makes the children forget why they were. The doctor's charisma decreases when talking to Christy because unfortunately he confirms that he has a serious illness. The doctor explains with graphics what they're talking about is said to be the pain can be controlled with some very strong medications, but he can cure her. She has to bring her to the doctor every 6 months for new tests to make sure there are no side effects after those. Christy's faith, and she can't even pray. Her husband understands The family is not in a good financial situation, but Kevin is doing what's necessary so they can to travel and take Anna to checkups. Christy realizes she's angry at God, and no matter how hard the pastor tries to intervene to get her back to church, she doesn't go. A few months later at one of her consultations with Dr. Nurka, Anna stays for research so the doctor can keep an eye on her since she has green vomit, and when that passes she's will be able to go home where she befriends her roommate who has diagnosed with cancer. Anna tells her that he has a lot of faith in God and that she shouldn't to be afraid to die. Then she gives her a chain with a cross. That night, the painkillers didn't worked on Anna, and she screams from the more. The poor girl is already tired and just wants to comfort her. The next day, Kevin and the girls decide to go to Boston, the new airport. They have trouble with the payment, but the cashier, he finds out about Anna, helps her. Anna is still depressed and doesn't want anything when her father comes over. His sisters all very happily playing games. When the doctor says goodbye, he recommends trying to get Anna to see to a child psychologist and try to spend as much time with her as they can with her, because family is the best medicine. They're already at home. How did the doctor recommended that Christy contact? While Anna goes out to play with her sister, they dare to climb up a tree as they have done so many. But suddenly the branch breaks with great fear. She tries to climb down but falls from a 10-meter hole in the tree. Her parents are desperate with no way to do anything. They call the fire department, who come right away. Even after 3, they can't save her. Apparently, she's already lifeless because she fell head down and unresponsive. Christy can no longer can't bear the horrible suffering and kneels at the base of the tree to pray and beg God to save her. As firefighters work through hours later, they manage to save her. Of course, she's unconscious but still alive, so they bring her straight to the hospital. The doctor who's treating her is very surprised that she only has a few small scratches and minor trauma. The girl is intact, with no bruising or trauma, which seems odd considering the conditions of the fall. As over time, Christy realizes that even without medication, Anna has no more hurts anywhere anymore. She's playing normally. Her stomach has returned to normal. One day, Anna tells her parents something strange. What happened to her when she fell into a hollow tree? She says that everything blackened and came out of her body. I saw myself at first. She didn't know where. She felt safe in the middle of a beautiful garden. Then she walked among the clouds. She wanted to stay there, but she felt she had to go back. They decide not to tell anyone after Christy and takes her back to Boston to make sure of everything. Her daughter speaks and the doctor is very surprised because everything is working perfectly, and he's looking for an explanation because he can't understand how something incurable can be cured. But when he sees Anna, he realizes that a miracle has happened, and he says goodbye because he knows that Anna will be fine and never come back later. Anna and her mother says goodbye to Angela, thanking her for everything. Soon her story is all over the news. Christy has renewed her faith in God and is in church in front of television cameras to talk about the experience of this great miracle. After telling all the stories suffered Anna to end the theme that miracles are everywhere. Sometimes they come in the most in a weird way, and with people who are just friends with us, who support us no matter what. Miracles happen. Our love in God love us and show us that we are not already. Christy's words, and some people didn't believe that Anna was seriously sick. Of course, because sometimes it's very hard to believe, but they did. By listening to another man who witnessed everything. His daughter was also very seriously ill, and thanks to Anna, everything had changed in the last few years of her life. The little girl felt very safe, and that God was near. So he came all the way from Boston, and thanks Anna to her mom for telling her story. Christy thanked him too. He came. That's it, God. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment and give us a like. See you soon. Take care.